Now here is the truth. These gatekeepers right here, they're CIA agents, right? That run YouTube channels, right? And they're literally going to say in a minute, he's going to say that all these gatekeepers, all these hosts are paid. Money is exchanging either, it's one way or another. It's either exchanging hand to hand or it's through ad revenue. There's some type of agreement. And like I said, all these Andrew Wilsons, all these paid gatekeepers put in each corner, they're ran by the government, funded by the government, and these people aren't doing it out of the goodness of their own heart.
Adversary. The adversary offered me an outlet that I gladly accepted. At a bare minimum, your outlet generates revenue for an adversary.
Ad revenue on a YouTube channel? Okay, I mean, you could make that argument.
It's a
He said ad revenue. Yeah. Yep. That's a way that they're getting paid.
Government-sponsored radio. I mean, there's no advertising. There's no revenue stream. It's like Voice of America.
If there is no actual money changing hands, I would be...
See, like he says, if there is no actual money being changed, trading hands, I'd be surprised. You know, because he knows that it's being funded somehow, some way.
Surprised, because there's always got to be money that changes hands somewhere. And you're also talking about...
sure what that means.
Right there. So he's not doing it out of the goodness of his own heart. He's not going to be making these podcasts and wasting all this time for research and doing all this stuff just because he wants to put the truth out, okay? People don't do that unless you're somebody like me who's doing it out of the goodness of your heart because you're a real Christian and you want to put the truth out. You're not getting paid for it. Totally different.
There's always money. There's always a funding source. There's always a donor base. There's always a
funding source. There's always a donor base. And these are CIA agents telling you that run YouTube channels themselves. They're saying there's always a money source behind these gatekeepers. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart.
Change of value. Nothing is free. It's a government, and you're also talking about...
sure what that means.
There's always money. There's always a funding source. There's always a donor base. There's always an exchange of value. Nothing is money changing hands. I would be surprised because there's always got to be money that changes hands somewhere. And you're also talking about...
sure what that means.
There's always money.
Tries to deflect. I'm not even sure what that means. Yes, you know exactly what that means, you CIA agent who's running a YouTube channel.
Always a funding source. There's always a donor base. There's always an exchange of value.
Gatekeepers.
Nothing is free.
And again, the everyday spy, what he does is, you know, he sells his course, his CIA course, and it's all a scam. They're all paid puppets, agents, these Ben Shapiro's, these Andrew Wilsons. I mean, I could name them all. These Brian Shapiro, on and on and on. There aren't very many legit truthers on here. And the ones that are, you know, because they aren't doing it for money. They don't have big, great graphics. They don't have the best computers. They don't have all the stuff. The ones that have all that and have all the guests and people on, they're frauds. I know that's hard for people to accept because they want to put their trust in somebody. And it's like, well, who can I trust if everyone's a sellout? That's the thing, is everyone is compromised. You cannot trust anybody. I tell people, don't even trust me, okay? I put the truth out there. You go verify it for yourself. You don't take my word for it. You don't take my word for what I say the Bible says. You go and verify it yourself. You don't go and take my word for when I say, hey, this is a Masonic hand side. This is a Masonic gesture. This is a Masonic this. This is an occultic this. You don't take my word. I show you proof from their material. And it's never just one red flag, right? It's multiple red flags. We add them all up to expose these gatekeepers. So I just wanted to show this with you guys, and this is in CIA's own words. You know, yeah, don't be surprised, you know, that the podcaster that you tune into and listen to and trust for truth is a bought agent, and money is being exchanged one way or another.